Well, this is one of the only times that a video doesn't require my usually very informative intro. But WrestleMania 39, what the fuck just happened? Before I get into the obvious elephant in the room and in the ring, I guess, I want to talk about night one, because night one was great. Night one from Twitter, Instagram, probably YouTube. I wasn't checking it because I watched it late. I watched it on Sunday. It was getting shouts of being an all-timer, one of the best Manias ever. And I was thinking, yeah, it definitely could be. But one of the recurring themes since they switched to 2 nights is that night one was good. Everyone thought night two would live up to it and some, and then night two has underperformed. And it just hasn't lived up to night one. Like, going back to WrestleMania 36, I preferred the Boneyard match to really anything else. I know I'm biased, but it's true. WrestleMania 37, I can't really remember much, but I seem to remember night one being better. Same with WrestleMania 38, night one. I mean, that was pretty forgettable, but, you know, you had the Cody and Seth match, which is most of what I remember from that Mania. And then this is probably the prime example. Night one started out, you got Austin Theory, John Cena. Now, it wasn't a classic match, but we all knew it was going to be like that. Cena only really returns now to put guys over, but it was cool to see him at another Mania, because, you know, you don't know how many he has left. We had the Fatal 4-Way Tag match. That was really fun, had some big spots. I really enjoyed it. That felt like the proper opener of the show, more than Cena Theory, because that was a sort of get up off your feet sort of match. Now, I'm not going to name every match, because this is sort of my raw reaction, so I didn't want to write anything down. And, you know, if I don't remember it for whatever reason, then it probably doesn't deserve a mention anyway. So, Ray vs. Dom, that was good. It was a feel-good moment in the night. I think Dom could have won that. He probably needs the win more, but, you know, this feud's really elevated him, and I think he's going to do well for himself anyway. Rhea versus Charlotte was incredible. That might be the best women's match I've ever watched, to be honest. That was honestly great. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't really looking forward to it. I wasn't hoping it was the main event, and, you know, I'm still happy it wasn't. But if that closed the show, it still would have been the wrong choice of match, but it would have been a good match anyway. So, obviously, as you can see in the ring, we got the Usos, got Sami and Kevin Owens. That was an incredible main event, and it thoroughly deserved to main event after this whole feud that's been spanning like a year now with Sami Zayn, and obviously Kevin Owens spans even further back with the Bloodline. And their stories being so intertwined over the last 10 years, it just makes so much sense. I think it was more nailed on that Sami and Kevin were going to win. They sort of had to win this one. Well, so did Cody, but I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, there was a point when I thought Kevin had the match won, and I was sort of wanting the Usos to kick out, because it was Sami's moment. Sami pinned Jay, and that was how the match should have ended. And going into night two with that, you were thinking big. This really could be a great Mania. Night two started off strong. Omos vs. Brock was a good match. It was a proper opener. Like the F5 from Brock. I know it was only like 4 minutes, but it was great. I really enjoyed it. The women's tag match wasn't great. You know, Shayna got injured, and Ronda's probably still not clear, so she just didn't do anything. But it was fun when they weren't involved. That's 2 of the matches. What else do we get? The Miz and Snoop Dogg stuff. I'm not even going to mention that. Pat McAfee, yeah, he's cool, but he didn't deserve a match at this Mania, I didn't think. Like Bobby Lashley, having him come out on night two with the whole open challenge thing rumoured, and LA Knight's not on the show, and Bron Breakker potentially, and Jay White and all that stuff, and then just having him come out with the trophy, that was terrible. Like, people have seen his likes on Twitter, and he seems to agree that he should have been doing more, obviously. So that really wasn't good. What else happened on night 2? It was sort of all a blur. Oh, Gunther, Sheamus, Drew, that was match of the year candidate very early on in the year, sort of. But that was great. That was probably the best way they could have gone with it. I predicted that Gunther or Sheamus would win. I couldn't see Drew winning, but now I think of it, Sheamus could have pinned Drew, Gunther stays strong, and obviously Gunther goes on to face Roman, because that seems like one of the only options right now. But Gunther's the best Intercontinental Champion probably of all time. You know, I wasn't there for Honky Tonk Man's reign, but I'm just guessing. It's been an incredible reign. So that was another match that happened. Bianca Asuka was good, I guess. It was a good match, but the ending, the choice of winner was bad, I thought. Bianca is, like I mentioned in my predictions video, she's getting to that John Cena sort of territory, and she did have the kids on with the entrance, which was a nice moment for them. But Asuka just getting built up just to lose again was the wrong choice. Now, it does make Rhea Charlotte make more sense, because as I mentioned in my predictions video, Asuka should have faced Charlotte. She should have beat her. She should have got back at her for what happened at Mania 34. But they don't want Bianca to lose. If Asuka's not going to beat her, and Rhea's on the other brand now, who is going to beat her? Honestly. Because Sasha Banks isn't coming back or anything. They're not going to have that happen. Naomi's not coming back. Probably. I don't know. But yeah, that was just a bad decision, I thought. Not the whole night, but a good bit of the night, the booking decisions were bad. Finn versus Edge. That was another good match. I liked the coloured weapons because they got rid of the red Hell in a Cell. And it was good. It was a good match. Obviously cut early because of the Finn injury, which looked proper serious. That didn't look very nice. I didn't think it was that bad in real time. I thought it just like bonked him on the forehead, but that was a real cut, and they made the right choice to stop the match momentarily. I thought the ending was good with the coup de grace through the table and everything. I liked that they put a little stand inside the cell. That was cool. But Edge shouldn't have won that. He didn't need it. He really didn't need it. The Demon has lost like 3 times now. It's getting old with him losing, and it just shouldn't. A gimmick like that, don't have him job out. If you wanted to give Edge the win, don't make Demon Balor come back. If you want to give Balor the win, have it either way. I don't care. But yeah, that was the wrong booking decision, I thought. I think I've covered everything from night 2. So onto the elephant in the room. As you can see, I've got Paul Heyman there. I've got Roman with the belts. I'm pretty proud of that setup, actually. And I've got Cody and the Winged Eagle title in the bin. And I don't even know what to say. Cody's the third of the huge baby faces that they've rejected. Drew, I understand. I don't think Drew was the one to beat Roman. It might be because he's a Rangers fan that I'm sort of biased against him. But I wasn't a huge fan of his reign. I can't really remember much from it. And yeah, he wasn't the right guy. Sammy was the right guy looking back at it now. I get and I accepted that his WrestleMania moment, or just his story in general, was with Jay and with Kevin, and to win the tag titles. But that was if Cody won. If it's not going to be Sammy, it has to be Cody. If it's not going to be Cody, who is it going to be? Is it Jay? It's got to be Jay, right? Is it Rollins? Is it still Cody? Could Sammy still win it? Does Randy return? Could it be Jay White? Could it be Braun Breaker? No, I'm going to rule that one out now. Could it be Gunther? They're your options. You could have propelled Theory into the main event scene somehow, having Cena win. It just is not the right decision. AJ's returning, but he's not the guy to beat Roman. Finn isn't. And the finish was just so bullshitty again. Like, Solo getting ejected. From that point on, it should have just been Roman and Cody. I knew the Usos were going to interfere. I was hoping for a Jey Uso interference to give Cody the win. I don't like interference wins because they just feel so cheaty, and that's what Roman's whole title reign's been. So it would be poetic justice if Jey Uso won it for Cody on an interference. But they didn't do that. So I don't even know where they go from here. Triple H said some bullshit in the press conference about, the story's not finished because the story's never finished in WWE. Well, we're into a new chapter now. Endeavor, UFC's parent company, have bought WWE. And I saw someone made the parallel between WrestleMania 17, one of the unanimously decided best WrestleManias of all time, also had an excruciating heel ending, like with Austin turning heel and beating the huge babyface. Oh, I just don't know what to say. During the match, because I watched like Ariel Helwani's interviews with Cody and Roman, and how Roman was saying, yeah, I've got 7 more years in me. You miss me when I'm gone and stuff like that. I was thinking, okay, sort of mixed signals. It sounds like he's staying, but it sounds like he might drop the belt. There it goes. And I just don't get it. During the match, I was thinking about that and thinking, okay, maybe I do want Roman to win. I wasn't even wearing my Bloodline shirt for this. This and the Sammy match are the only two I haven't worn my Bloodline shirt for, because they're the only two I've really wanted him to lose. And he's won both of them. Now, the Sammy one was more of an underdog story, but Cody's been built up since January for this. Since WrestleMania last year, he's been built up and put on this path specifically to beat Roman. He had to be the guy. It's a very reactionary video to make, and I understand that. But it had to be Cody. And this is what I was thinking, I would only turn down Cody winning the belt there. If I was creatively in control, I would only say no to Cody winning the belt there if whoever wins the belt, if that storyline is double or 2 times better than Cody's has, because Cody's is perfect. Saw people saying he needs that big setback. No, he doesn't. That moment will never feel the same as it did right there. It was so emotional. His entrance was mental. The pyro was crazy. He gave the weight belt to Brody Lee's son before the match. He saw Brandy and his daughter, and it felt like it was only going one way. Roman rubbed the Universal title. Solo getting ejected, and then Sammy and Kevin getting involved in the match. You thought, okay, this is Cody's chance. Roman, to be fair to him, is the best at kicking out at 2.9 in the world. He's the best kick out artist. He's got that resiliency perk. He's great at it, and he really makes you feel like Cody's going to win. And somehow he didn't. I don't even know where they go from here. I do feel like since the turn of two-night WrestleMania events, or maybe since before that, the Raw after WrestleMania hasn't felt the same. Now, if there's one thing that has done, is this will either be the most watched or the least watched Raw after WrestleMania, because on one hand, people are pissed. They might give up on the company. I know a lot of people are saying that on Twitter and stuff. On the other hand, everyone wants to see where they go with this next. Cody's going to be emotional. I would have Roman just come out and say the exact same thing he said after WrestleMania 33. I'll be watching. I want to see where they go with it. Everyone was thinking Cody wins, Roman fights Jay at SummerSlam for that trilogy to end. Now, Jay beating Roman would be great. Jay beating Roman for the belts. I don't think that adds much to it, really. I mean, and another thing, they're doing it, it seems, to get Roman over the 1,000 days mark, because it hasn't been done since Hulk Hogan back in the 80s. Now, if you're going to go that far, how long do you keep that going for? Do you want that Bruno Sammartino reign? Because that's like another 5 years, and that's not going to happen. I understand them wanting to get to 1,000 days, but I feel like Roman not getting to 1,000 days is a bigger story than Roman getting to 1,000 days. And if you really wanted him to get to 1,000 days, Roman's only held the WWE title for a year. I mean, I say only, that's a long reign. But the Universal title's the one he cared about. That's the one he rubbed before the match. Cody wants the WWE title. Split the titles. I mean, I don't know, going back to like the Undisputed title originally, back in like 2000, I don't know how long that lasted, but from what I know, no double title reign has ever lasted this long, and there's a reason for that. The brand split is for a reason. It's to have 2 world champions. It's to elevate more guys. They've had to elevate the US and IC titles up because Roman has both of the titles. So just give Cody the WWE title. That's the one he really wanted. Why would Roman want to put it on the line? I don't think Cody would be that fussed about the United States, the Universal title. So if you really want Roman to get 1,000 days, you do that. Because whoever he drops it to, he's just going to drop both belts, and then they're stuck, and then whoever he drops it to has to lose their momentum by losing one of the belts, or I don't know, like if Cody won them here also, if he won both of them, he could have just brought the Winged Eagle title back. We heard Triple H accepted or put the green light on a new title design. Now, I know that can take a long time, and it points to maybe Cody winning at SummerSlam or someone winning at SummerSlam. But WrestleMania is the time. SummerSlam will never be WrestleMania, and that's the bottom line of it. You can have him lose at SummerSlam, but it's not going to be as big. You know, you got The Rock, who could have a match with him at WrestleMania 40, but we don't want The Rock to beat him. And The Rock vs. Roman Reigns, that's got enough of a story behind it that you don't need titles for it. You would be fine without it. So who cares? Now, I've seen people pointing to that picture of Cody sort of breaking down in the ring and having it with the Cena WrestleMania 28 ramp when he's sitting down after The Rock beat him. But do we want this to go on for another year? Because does that mean for the next 12 pay-per-views, he's got to beat different guys just before Cody can come back? Because Cody can't lose to him again and still win to him. That's not an option. So yeah, I'm going to have to watch Raw tonight to see what goes down, because it's going to be a big one no matter what, especially with Jay and Jimmy losing the titles. I mean, surely you just go all in on the bloodline crumbling down. Or maybe not. You know, the whole situation is just weird. But I'm gonna stop because this has gone past the 20-minute mark, and I honestly don't think I've got much more to say. But what the fuck? Cody, that was Cody's moment. It just feels like not only Cody's story so far was for nothing, but it feels like Sammy's was sort of for nothing as well. I know he won the tag belts, but if Cody didn't win here, why couldn't Sammy win? This is a real case of you've just got to wait and see. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait and see. But yeah, that was an interesting finish to WrestleMania. It definitely put it down in the ranks for a lot of people, me included, as you can probably tell. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.